The scanner screamed a warning the moment she stepped into the training hall. Do not engage. Everyone froze because the machine had never misread a cadet before. But the girl standing there, calm as quiet water, simply lifted her eyes as the instructor's blade cut toward her, and with one bare hand, she caught it, stopped it, crushed the strike like it was nothing. Then she whispered the words that would change the fate of humanity. Engage anyway. What kind of human does that? If that moment already has your curiosity buzzing, stick around, this story only gets wilder from here. And hey, if you enjoy powerful HFYtales, tap like so more people find it. Hit subscribe for more legendary human stories, and share it with someone who loves sci-fi chills. Let's dive in. The hall lights flickered the moment she stepped inside, like the room itself was holding its breath. Cadets lined up along the polished floor, chatting, adjusting gear, waiting for the instructor's arrival. Nothing seemed unusual until the scanner activated. A sharp tone cut through the silence. Threat level. Unknown. Do not engage. Conversations died instantly. Every head turned. The instructor stiffened. That warning wasn't just rare, it was impossible. The Academy's biometric scanner had cataloged every cadet, every species, every anomaly across 100 systems. It never malfunctioned, it never hesitated, yet here it was. Sounding terrified, she didn't flinch, didn't panic, didn't even blink. The girl simply stood there, hands at her sides, eyes steady like she'd been expecting the machine to fear her. One of the cadets whispered, "Is she dangerous?" Another muttered, "No one gets an unknown rating." No one human anyway. The instructor approached cautiously, tapping commands into his wrist display, trying to force the scanner to recalibrate. It refused. The warning only grew louder. Do not engage. But the girl tilted her head in the slightest, calmest motion, almost curious, as if she was wondering, why is a machine warning them about me? The instructors tried to regain control, but the room felt off balance, as if gravity itself had shifted around her. Cadets shuffled back without being told. No one wanted to be the one standing closest to the anomaly the scanner feared. Protocol said the girl should have raised her hands, stepped aside, waited for a manual evaluation, but she didn't. Instead, she took one quiet step forward, almost gentle, almost reassuring. Yet it made every soldier in the hall tense like drawn wire. "Cadet, halt," the instructor ordered. She didn't. Her voice was soft, steady. "The machine is mistaken." That alone rattled the room. Not because of the words, but because of the tone, like she wasn't arguing. She was stating a fact, a truth she'd carried for a long time. The instructor narrowed his eyes. "The scanner warns when it senses threat potential. Do you deny being one?" She looked at him directly, unblinking. "I'm not the threat. I'm the response." Whispers broke out immediately. "Response to what? Who talks like that?" The instructor motioned for containment drones, but they hummed uncertainly, refusing to lock onto her outline as if her shape didn't register right. Still calm, still unshaken, she offered a small, almost human smile. "You don't need to contain me," she said. "You need to understand me." The instructor finally lost patience. Not in anger, but in fear wrapped tight under military discipline. He'd seen war, he'd seen strange tech. He'd seen creatures that bent physics like it was paper. But he'd never seen a human confuse the Academy scanners. So he did the one thing every cadet understood. He initiated the blade test, a simple challenge, a controlled strike. A way to measure reflex, strength, instinct. "Step forward," he commanded. She obeyed immediately, almost like she'd been waiting for him to ask. Cadets pressed against the walls as the instructor activated his training blade, a bright filament of contained energy, harmless on low power, but still strong enough to sting and stagger. Standard protocol. Nothing lethal. "Defend yourself," he said. She didn't raise her arms, didn't take a stance. She just breathed in, slowly, like she was syncing her pulse to something distant, something none of them could sense. The instructor moved first clean, fast, disciplined. The blade sliced through the air toward her shoulder. Every cadet expected her to dodge. Every instructor expected the scanner to override, but she did something no one expected. Her hand shot up faster than the blade, faster than thought, and she caught the glowing filament, barehanded. The room gasped as the blade crackled against her skin. And lost, she didn't even flinch. Silence flooded the hall, heavy, electric, unreal. The instructor stared at his blade trapped in her grip, energy sputtering helplessly against her skin. No human reflex should have matched that speed. No unarmored hand should have held raw training plasma without burning. Yet she stood there, steady as stone. What are you?" someone whispered. She released the blade gently, as if it were fragile, and the energy filament flickered uncertainly before stabilizing again. The instructor stepped back, heart pounding, because now the scanner's warning finally made sense. It hadn't detected a threat. T had detected something outside its rules. "The system can't read me," she said. "It was never designed to." "Because you're not human?" another cadet asked, voice trembling. Her expression softened, almost sad. "I am human, just not the version you've been taught to expect." The instructor activated a secondary scan manual, high resolution, nearly forensic. But the readings jumped, distorted, refused to settle. Every line of data broke apart the moment it touched her silhouette. "What kind of augmentation could do this?" he murmured. "No augmentation." She stepped closer, eyes glowing faintly, something no one had noticed before. "I wasn't engineered. I awakened." The room felt suddenly colder. Awakened to what? The instructor's throat tightened. Something ancient in his instincts told him to retreat, but something wiser held him still. Every cadet around the hall felt the same pull fear on one side, awe on the other. The girl who blocked a blade bare-handed wasn't attacking. She wasn't threatening. She was waiting. "For centuries," she said quietly, "humans believed their limits were fixed. Strength, speed, perception, measured in charts and numbers." Her gaze lifted, steady, strangely compassionate. "But limits are only real until someone breaks them." The lights overhead flickered again, syncing with the strange pulse she carried. The scanner repeated its warning, glitching now. "Do not..." And it cut out completely. She continued, voice calm as gravity itself. "The outer swarm crossed into the Helian belt last night. You'll hear the announcement soon. Their first wave destroys anything slow, anything predictable." She paused. "Anything normal." The instructor swallowed hard. "And you think you can fight them?" He shook her head. "I know I can." A long breath swept through the hall, fear turning into something sharper, stronger. "Why did you block the blade?" the instructor finally asked. Her answer was simple, immovable. "To show you I'm on your side." Then she looked at all of them. "Engage anyway."